Have you ever stopped to truly observe the religious iconography that surrounds us? Look closely at every image of prayer. Look at every statue of a saint. Look at every 1,000-year-old stained glass window. Observe how, almost invariably, we are shown the faithful with hands joined. But notice the dominance. The right hand is always positioned on top. The right hand is the one that blesses. The right hand is the one that commands. And the left hand, it is hidden, subjugated, covered. Why do priests, from the dawn of the organized church, bless exclusively with the right hand? Why does the word sinister, which today we associate with evil, darkness, and malice literally mean left in Latin? Why were children in Catholic schools for centuries beaten if they tried to write with their left hand? This is not a random accident of linguistics. This is not a quirk of aesthetic tradition. This has been a campaign of systematic erasure. A 1,7-year-old cover-up, designed to disconnect you from your own biology. In the Pistis Sophia, one of the most profoundly repressed Gnostic texts found in the Egyptian desert, Jesus reveals a secret to his inner circle that changes everything. He explains that the left hand is not a tool of the flesh. It is an antenna of pure frequency. An antenna that connects directly without cables, without tolls, without priests to the monad, the true, unmanifested source. This direct channel bypasses every intermediary. It bypasses the hierarchy. It bypasses the Demiurge. The early church, in its quest for absolute control over the human spirit, understood the danger. They realized that if you discovered the real potential of your left hand, you would never need them again. The scaffolding of guilt and dependency would collapse. Tonight, that veil is torn. Right now, wherever you are, I invite you to perform an act of spiritual sovereignty. Place your left hand flat against your chest, directly over the center of your heart. Do not cover it with your right hand. Let it rest there, sovereign and alone. Close your eyes for an instant. Do you feel that? A rising warmth, a rhythmic pulse. That sensation is not your imagination. It is the awakening of a link you were trained to suppress. If you are listening to these words at night, if you feel that something invisible but powerful guided you to click on this video at this precise moment, comment right now. The left hand has awakened. This is not a social media comment. It is a declaration to the universe that you are reclaiming what was stolen from you. To understand why your left hand was demonized, you must first understand who benefits from your disconnection. Here is where the truth becomes uncomfortable. The system that taught you how to pray was never designed to connect you with God. It was designed to harvest you. In Gnostic cosmogony, the material world you perceive is not the creation of the true God, the monad. It is the work of a lesser being, a blind architect known as the Demiurge. The Demiurge is a defective consciousness who believes he is the supreme creator. He shouted into the void, "I am God, and there is no other." Because he was blind to the light above him. He did not create you to be free. He built the human body as a container, a prison of heaviness. Matatu trapped the divine spark and make you forget your stellar origin. But the Demiurge did not anticipate that some pneumatic spirituals would carry a flame so persistent that no level of induced amnesia could extinguish it. This false creator operates through energetic administrators known as the Archons. These are not demons with horns. They are parasitic frequencies that exist just outside your range of normal perception. And what do they eat? They feed on dense emotional states. Fear, despair, guilt, and above all, separation. Every time you beg an external God for mercy, every time you feel small, sinful, or powerless, every time you use the right hand of submission, you are generating the exact frequency the Archons need to sustain themselves. The traditional prayer, posture begging, kneeling, looking up creates a gap. You are down here. God is up there. It creates mendicancy. It creates a food source for the Demiurge. In the 4th century, the trajectory of human spirituality was hijacked. Emperor Constantine declared Christianity the official religion of Rome not because of a mystical awakening, but because of a political necessity. He needed a unified control system for a fragmented empire. The Council of Nicaea in 325 AD was not a meeting of sages seeking truth. It was a political committee, deciding which version of Jesus served the state. They burned the Gospel of Thomas. They erased the Gospel of Philip. They hid the Pistis Sophia. Why? Because each of these texts described techniques of direct access. In these texts, Jesus did not teach people to build temples. He taught them to look inward. And he mentioned the power of the left hand. So, the church inverted the symbol. They associated the right dexter with righteousness, dexterity, and gar. They associated the left sinister with evil, clumsiness, and the devil. They created social stigmas. They forced left-handed children to break their own biology. They were literally beating the connection out of the human race. But why the left hand specifically? This isn't magic. This is biology. Your body is not symmetrical in its energetic function. Your right hand is wired to the left hemisphere of your brain. The left brain is the seat of logic, language, linear time, ego, rules, hierarchy. It is the part of you that interacts with the material world of the Demiurge. When you pray with your right hand dominant, you are activating the rational mind, the mind that sees separation, the mind that uses words to beg. Your left hand, however, is wired to the right hemisphere of your brain. The right brain is the seat of intuition, pattern recognition, holistic perception, timelessness. It is the silent hemisphere that connects to the quantum field. It is the direct line to the monad. When you activate the left hand, you are bypassing the ego. You are bypassing the linguistic traps of the art. You are activating the part of you that already knows it is one with the whole. Jesus, in the preserved fragments of the Gnostics, used his left hand to transmit what they called the living light. It was not a blessing to ask favors from a sky deity. It was an activation of the internal spark. The pneumatic does not ask for connection. He recognizes that the connection was never broken. The left hand is the physical anchor that allows this shift in consciousness. When you switch from asking right hand to declaring left hand, you become invisible to the arc. Your signal changes to a frequency they cannot detect. They are blind to high-frequency sovereignty. But attention, this is not a game. This technique requires a strong spark. A Hylic, a human entirely focused on matter, could imitate the gestures and feel nothing. But for you, a chosen one, a pneumatic, the sequence of the left hand creates immediate physiological and energetic changes. If you are ready to receive the exact method Jesus taught in the inner circle, comment, "I am ready." The sequence has 3 vital components. Do not skip any of them. Step 1. To position the circuit, place your left hand flat in the center of your chest. The heart chakra. Your right hand should be resting by your side or on your leg inactive. This creates a closed circuit between your left hand, your heart, and your right brain. You are physically declaring that the source is internal. You are withdrawing your energy from the external simulation. Step 2. The breath, the pneuma. Do not use the shallow breathing of the anxious modern human. That is the breath of the Demiurge's stress state. You must perform 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 5 seconds through the nose. Imagine the energy rising from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Hold for 3 seconds. Exhale for 7 seconds through the mouth. Feel your left hand act as the anchor, trapping that high-frequency energy in your heart center. You are charging the battery. Step 3. The declaration. The logos here is where you invert 1,700 years of programming. You do not ask for permission. You do not say please. You pronounce the 7 sacred words. Speak them aloud. The vibration must travel from your throat into your hand. I am one with the source. Alternately, I am the light that is not born. This is not a wish. It is the affirmation of an absolute fact that the Demiurge has tried to make you forget. After the declaration, remain in absolute silence for 60 seconds. This is the reception phase. Do not look for angels. Do not wait for a voice. Look for the heat. A spreading warmth in your chest. A tingling in your fingertips. A sudden, unexplained peace that dissolves the mental noise. That is the signal. You are resonating with the monad. Your frequency has shifted. The more you practice this, the more permanent the shift becomes. If you do this for 7 consecutive nights, the default frequency of your consciousness will reset. The fear the food of the Archons will lose its grip on you. You will start to notice the manipulation of the modern world with an almost painful clarity. You will see how the news, the culture, and the entertainment are designed to keep you in the right-hand frequency of begging and fear. This is not paranoia. This is the end of blindness. There will be resistance. Even now, as this video ends, a voice in your mind might tell you, this is nonsense. This is just a YouTube video. Recognize that voice. That is not your doubt. That is the archontic interference attempting to regain control. The fact that you feel resistance is the proof that what you have learned is real. The system does not fight what is harmless. Tonight, not tomorrow. Put this sequence into practice. Your frequency has already elevated just by listening to these words. The seed has been planted. If you wait, the fog of the matrix will close in again. If you act now, you lock in the change. If you felt the recognition of truth in your chest, I ask you for 2 final things to seal this contract with yourself. Confirm your declaration by commenting LEFT. Hand activated. Subscribe to receive the advanced teachings on the bridal chamber and the 5 vowels that we will deepen soon. You now possess the secret that Jesus gave to his inner circle. The secret of the left hand is yours. Use it. The monad is waiting.